Hey, good morning, everybody. Parker here. So, we are having a little bit more interesting day than the last couple. I know the last few have just been pretty dull in terms of just like listing maintenance and things along those lines, because, I mean, that does happen. We got to make sure that we're out here just doing marketing stuff, doing community outreach. I know watching me edit photos probably isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but we're going to break that up today. So, what we got going on is a broker's open out in Awbrey Butte. And Awbrey Butte is a super awesome community right on the northwest side of Bend. Huge views depending on, well, on all sides of the butte, really just it matters how high you go up. If you want to learn a little bit more about the averages and things like that, I do have a video about that. It's the Awbrey Butte 1-minute neighborhood tour. Talks to you about like average square footages, prices, all that type of stuff. But for the sake of this video, Awbrey Butte is, you're looking million plus pretty much across the board. It is view property. There are a few different golf courses out there. There's Awbrey Glen, and then there's also River's Edge. River's Edge is kind of making a comeback as a golf course. They were almost purchased by a housing development, but then all the people that lived on the golf course and had golf course property lawyered up, and they really kind of put the kibosh on that because they were about to lose their like fairway property and all that, and it would really affect their home prices as well as the reasons why they purchased the property. And so the course actually shut down for like a couple of years, fell into some disrepair, and now it is on its way back, and super challenging course to play, super fun. But yeah, Awbrey Butte's really nice. We're going out to a very, I guess I should say famous in kind of a real estate term. It's called, the street is Remarkable Drive, 1703 Northwest Remarkable. And it's a little bit of, it's just a well-known street here because everything on it is well over $1 million. You see stuff that gets up as high as almost $3 million. And it just has these massive Cascade Mountain views. It looks over the Deschutes National Forest. It is some of the best view property that you will find in the Central Oregon area, and I'm really excited to show you guys about that. Yeah, I think you guys are really going to dig this. And then we'll do like a little bit of a drive tour also around the Awbrey Butte area, so you can kind of get a feel for what type of properties are out there, what things are looking like, and how we're going to move forward, or that way you guys can see kind of what properties are out there, what things look like, and yeah, just get a feel for Awbrey Butte. It is a very nice high-end area. I would consider it to be a financially gated community. It's not like you can't get into it in any stretch of the imagination, but it definitely has a price barrier that keeps most people out of it. If you are on the east side of the Butte, you get fantastic city views. You can see the fireworks for 4th of July off of Pilot Butte. It's also not really far away from downtown or Northwest Crossing. Awbrey Butte is fairly centrally located. You might be like 10-15 minutes away from getting into Northwest Crossing. You're another 10-15 minutes to downtown Bend. If you need to get onto the east side, it's not very far because you have different accesses than the rest of the area. Really the only thing that could be considered kind of a pain is where you're located on the Butte, because the further you go up, the further you have to go down. But there's a lot of really just cool properties up there. A majority of the homes were built in the 90s or later, so you're dealing with a lot of newer homes. You will see some things that are kind of dated. Seeing some of the 80s mansions and things like that are kind of cool. But Awbrey Butte is it's a beautiful part of town, and the people that live there absolutely love it. You do see quite a bit of property come up for sale here, but it's not due to the fact that people don't like to live on Awbrey Butte. It's more the fact that people, it's a large quadrant. It's one of Bend's 13 neighborhoods, and if you look at the neighborhoods, they cover a pretty large amount of area, all of them except for Old Bend. And when you have several thousand properties within that section, you're going to see hundreds of properties come up there for sale every year. So stay tuned and we will jump into this home tour. I got the little guy with me today as well, so we're going to be doing a little kiddo and me in terms of touring. Yeah, looks like unfortunately you're not going to get the huge Cascade Mountain views. We got some sort of weather system rolling in that's got things obstructed. You can kind of see the foothills, but yeah, you're not going to get the big like 7 mountain views like you get sometimes where you can see all the way like almost Crater Lake all the way up to Hood. But what I'm going to today also is a broker's open, and I'm not sure if any of you guys know what a broker's open is, but a broker's open is an open house specifically for real estate brokers to come through and check properties out. I kind of joke that they are a like come look at me, gawk schmooze this property type thing, because you get a lot of people that are just there to look. A lot of time these are like semi-catered events, so there are usually like some finger foods. You can usually grab like a mimosa or something like that and then just come check the property out. They're just trying to get as many eyes on it as possible. They invest some money into it, and then it just shows your clients that you're getting more brokers through, because at the end of the day, if you get brokers through, they might have somebody that they know that's looking to purchase something. Because that's one of the reasons, like last week when I went on tour, I ran into a couple different houses that looked like they could be a fit for a client of mine, and well, they liked them, but unfortunately they think they're going to put the brakes on it, at least while interest rates are still sitting high, which is understandable. I mean, 7% interest rate on $700,000, $800,000, that's a heck of a payment. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to take you guys through here, and let me know what you think. This one, gosh, I can't remember exactly where it is. I want to say it's like somewhere around $2 million for the property. So your feedback on what you think it is would be great. Or if you want to buy it or know somebody that's looking for a multi-million-dollar property in Bend, I would love to help them out. So I will see you guys up at the house. Okay, so we are coming up on getting to Awbrey Butte. We're going to be passing O.B. Riley here, and then we're going to swing a nice little right up onto Mount Washington Drive. We're coming right across the Deschutes River, past the River House, and yeah, we'll give you guys kind of a feel for what we got going on down here. Yeah, this here on the left-hand side is the River House. We're coming up past the golf course. It's a really pretty area. It really is. And when I say the golf course, I mean River's Edge, not Awbrey Glen, because that's on the west side. This is the east side golf course, and it kind of winds around this side of Awbrey Butte. And I don't know if you've ever played golf on the side of the hill, but it is hard to play golf on the side of a hill. Nothing's flat because it's a hill. Yeah, but we're going to be taking a nice little wrap around up here. And you'll see there's a lot of mature trees. It's been a very well-developed area. We're seeing a few more developments in the area, but not too many. I mean, just because overall there's not a lot of... They stopped making the hill a long time ago, and you're just kind of running out of square footage up here to put stuff. But you get a nice blend of architectures. You see different modern style homes, like you'll see up here on the left, as well as more like traditional You just have a lot of variability out here. But the price range is high. You have larger square footages. Average square foot, if I remember correctly, sits right around 2,300 square feet. You're right at like 3.5 bedrooms, 3 baths on average. Then you might say, how do you have a half bedroom? Well, it's somewhere between 3 and 4 beds, just due to the square footage. Don't see a lot of shops out here. That just doesn't lend itself to that. It's more city living or subdivision living than it would be considered rural. But it definitely lends itself more towards luxury properties. You're not going to see old beat up dumpers or anything like that out here. Everything is pretty well dialed in. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really, really nice. There are the occasional business up here, like on the left. We just passed one, so there's a small amount of commercial mixed in, but not too much. And we're going to take a left here onto Constellation. Then we'll start to really get into the neighborhoods. Yeah. So here's how you'll be able to see what's kind of going on out here in Awbrey Butte. We got definitely some nicer style homes, larger floor plans, very just well done, very nice neighborhood. And this is pretty standard for up here. Like, these nice high-end homes are really what it's known for. And it's why they do command a larger price tag, because these aren't even the big view properties. These are just very beautifully well done homes. And the neighborhood, there are HOAs up here, so everything is very well regulated. And the HOAs do differ slightly by what section of the butte you're on in the development, because each one does have its own kind of different CC&Rs, but everything is governed, and they really, really want to make sure that things are as pristine and nice as possible, because when it comes down to luxury livability, Awbrey Butte is kind of the old Bend standard versus, I would say, Northwest Crossing and like Shevlin Commons are more New Bend. But overall, it's a very, very beautiful area, and it's extremely well done. And you'll get to see why when you see the interior of this property coming up, because it is a gorgeous piece. One thing that is a little tough in the winter is driveways, so you want to make sure that they're either heated or you are shoveling or have somebody that's going to be coming and doing snow removal, because it does get a little slick, and when things get a little slick, they get a little hard to drive up. So, yeah. And it looks like we should be coming up here pretty soon. So 1703. There we are. Yep. 1703. Gorgeous property. Can't wait to get you guys into it. Yeah, so it's pretty plain to see this is a fantastic house. And Archer and I are ready to kind of show you guys around. Nice patio, huge views, huge views. And let's go see what's going on. Excited to bring you guys in. We got the 3-car garage. Getting my steps in this morning. Very, very pretty entry. Yeah, let's go check this place out. Looks like we have a small office off to the side here. And we're primarily split level. So we have masters on the entry level, All of them go out to the patio, and we have an absolutely dynamite bathroom with mountain views from the tub. That's absolutely awesome. His and hers, as well as a very ample walk-in closet. Yeah, big fan of that. Let's take another left because we got some more living space over here. Beautiful woodwork. It looks like we have a Jill entry over here. So we have a shared entry from the bathroom. So you got into the hallway over here. And again, lovely stonework in the tubs and everything. Doing a great job, right? Then we'll come through the kitchen and living space. A little formalized dining. Beautiful in the kitchen. Stonework is fantastic. Then we have a secondary dining area that leads out to the patio. Large pantry. Very ample in terms of storage, as you can see. We have the other hall half bath with very beautiful walk-in shower. What do you think, baby? Laundry is absolutely gorgeous. Well, I feel like I'm going to be saying that quite a bit. Laundry, everything's well done in here. Flooring is fantastic. Let's see what we got in the garage. So we have a 3-car garage out here. Ceiling hooks installed for the bikes, plenty of storage for the vehicles, and you have the ample driveway, so if you wanted to have a boat, you definitely could. And we're going to come into bedroom number 3. Again, beautiful wood throughout the interiors. These folks did a great job on the furniture as well as design. And then off to the downstairs, which, pool, custom built shuffleboard, wet bar. And they said this is a home theater that they're using for storage at the moment. So we actually have theater seating, and then this would be where the viewing area is. Looks like our folks over here are also big-time sports fans. Got billiards. Shuffleboard. All with just massive views. Massive views. And then it looks like we got some different memorabilia. Let's go check this out. Oh, we got Pete Rose, New York Yankees, Manning, Gale Sayers. That's super cool. Ted Williams, Babe Ruth. Very, very tastefully done. They also have a nice little wine cellar going on. Good for them. I know where I want to come hang out, right? Nice little storage area that they're using for a pet room. Another bedroom down here. Absolutely gorgeous. And you're getting mountain views almost from every single room within this property, which is pretty amazing. Another bath. Another bedroom. Love the Beatles quilt. And then a little exercise room as well. These folks are doing it up right. And then you got kind of your underhouse storage and boiler room. I would say fantastic home. Worth probably every penny. The views are unbelievable out here. The craftsmanship is undeniable. And it's a very, very great part of town. And let's get you out onto the patio as well. And then getting out onto the patio, just the views are pretty unbeatable. The living area is fantastic. Obviously, got to have a hot tub up here. But if the clouds would part, you'd have some picturesque views of the Cascade Range, unobstructed, and no one's going to be obstructing them ever. So, yeah, you can even see out all the way to the Ocho from here. Pretty hard to beat. Pretty hard to beat. Yeah, so that was 1703. Yeah, so that was 1703 Northwest Remarkable Drive. And we'll just continue down Remarkable for a little bit so that you guys can see more what these beautiful properties look like. They're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that house was 6,000. So for those of you who are curious, that house was 6,000 square feet, listed just under $3 million. The price per square foot was just under $5. Beautiful home. Absolutely beautiful home. There were some sections that might have been a little bit dated, but not too much. I thought personally everything. Well, thank God for GoPros, right? So, I thought everything was pretty well done. There were some dated aspects to it, but overall, it was a beautiful home. There are giant mountain views. There's a lot of different things going on that were major positives, but I can see that not being for everyone, especially just due to the square footage and the size. Because 6,000 square that's a lot of house. And I know I was surprised at times that it just kept on going. I think that's going to be the biggest drawback for that property, is not everybody needs that much just square footage. And when you're in that price range, a lot of the homes here in Central Oregon are a newer build style, so that's its competition. Like, it'll be the house out in Sisters that I'm looking at 3.1. That's a lot of what you're looking at. And we're going to take a right here onto Starview. And as you'll see, just massive views out in this part of town. You're not going to get the best home views. There's some new construction going on there, which is always cool. But yeah, this is generally Awbrey Butte. When you get on to the east side, homes do get a little bit smaller. They get a little older because that was, you wanted to be overlooking Bend back in the day, less so the Cascade Range. This time has gone on. There's still some vacant lots out here, so people want to be more on the west side and get those big Cascade Mountain views. But that doesn't mean that you still can't see the Ochocos from the east. And yeah, just overall, beautiful, beautiful properties. Things are very well done. You have a quality mixture of architecture, and it really allows for people to, really express themselves. Average homes out here, though, were built typically between 1990 and 2010, at least for the Butte properties. The others, not. You're talking more like polish and development homes that are on the east side, on the lower, over by the River's Edge Golf Course. If we continue to take a left up here, we'll go by Awbrey Glen. But then you're just looking at a lot of hillside. So for right now, we'll be signing off, and we'll pick back up back in the office. Yeah, we're going to bounce down here over Archie Briggs. This is a very typical entryway for Awbrey Butte. Kicks you back down onto kind of the northeast side, and you'll see some of these big views. A lot of the time, there's a famous road cycling race called the Central Oregon Century, or the it's a Century Classic. So there's a tour de chutes. That's what I'm talking about, and they do some laps around Awbrey Butte, and this hill is known on there because it is a very difficult ride. Very, very difficult ride. Yeah, but this just slopes down the northern side and then just slopes over the northern side and then goes across the Deschutes River and puts you out on the north side of town. Yeah, so that's coming down off of Awbrey Butte. Overall, pretty cool little area.